All right, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you all for tuning in. Show love to the channel, like, share, subscribe. One of the biggest questions I get, or concerns I get from people who are trying to get into law enforcement is about the psych evaluation. I get asked about that all the time. Like, what am I going to expect? Yo, I don't know, I failed this one. Am I going to be able to get into another one? First, listen. Show love to that video, because I talked to you guys about everything I went through with my psych eval. Everything. I talked to you guys about the location. I talked about how long it took, the hundreds of questions that I was asked. I talked about meeting with the therapist after. I did it. Keep in mind, this was years ago. So things may be different for you going into it now, whether it's for corrections or for law enforcement or whatever, but for the most part, they're all the same. A lot of the psych evaluations are all the same. They just really want to know, who is this person that is trying to become a police officer? And when I made that video, I said, make sure you read every single question slowly, and 100% you understand it, because they're going to try to trick you. So when they ask you, and you may not get asked this question, this is just something that I remember from mine. When they ask, are you a risk taker? I would circle, yeah, I strongly agree. But then for the next question, they ask me, would you ever skydive? Have to put strongly agree, because it doesn't make sense. How are you going? If you put you strongly disagree, as in you would never skydive, but you just got done saying you're a risk taker, flag, that's something they're going to notice. That's an inconsistency that they're going to be like, well, no, we can't have that. We can't, like, you have to really pay attention and know what you're answering. And when you answer that, the question 273, and it's the same question but it was reworded differently as question 17, you better remember what you put. The answers have to match. That's probably like the biggest thing. I feel like people, you're probably rushing through it so fast that you're really not, or you're just answering it wrong. Think about the line of work you're trying to get into. You're trying to be a police officer. So no, you really can't have this passive personality. You can't have this, okay, yeah, you know, everybody, like, you have to, you got to sell yourself for that job. And whether it's inconsistencies, because I don't think it's anything in y'all backgrounds. If you guys are going through your background investigation and they're pushing you forward to the psych eval, it's up to you. It's up to you to answer things properly and answer things correctly. And I'm not saying go in there and lie. I'm not saying that go in there and act like, because they're going to figure that out sooner than later. But you got to be confident in what you're doing. You got to just understand it. When they ask you, when you talk to the therapist and he says to you, well, what was the hardest thing you went through in your life? And how did you deal with it? You know, don't sit there with the, you know, I don't know. Be perfect, like, yo, like, be confident. This happened this time. I dealt with it here. Boom, boom, boom. Be sure of yourself. But definitely, when you guys are doing those hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Scantron tests, and you got to circle the shit, bro, pay attention. Honestly, that's probably the biggest reason why a lot of people fail their psych eval, because they're just inconsistent with the answers. It's little things like that, when little games, because you got to understand, when you go into law enforcement, if you can't comprehend a fucking question that's being asked of you, that's somebody's life. That could be your life. That could be your partner's life. Whether you go to court or you're in the street, if you can't comprehend what you're reading or what's being said to you, or you're all over the place, one day you're here, no, you can't, bro. I'm trying to help y'all out. So if you keep failing, keep applying. Unless they straight up tell you, like, yeah, you're not going to get hired from a police department because you have a criminal background, or you have this, or if you just don't hear back from a department, fucking go apply to another one. and another one, and another one, bro, you're going to get hired. You're going to get hired. At some point, it's going to happen. You could apply to 10 departments, and they could all deny you because of a psyche valve, because of whatever. That 11th department is going to hire you. You just got to keep going, man. You just got to believe in what you're doing. So I hope that helps. I wish I could kind of, you know, do a little bit more for you guys, but that's all I got. Just be consistent, be confident, and show love to the channel, baby. It's hot as hell outside. I think I'm gonna go to the beach later. Catch you on the next one, man. Peace.